Seguinte, pessoal, a gente vai estar acompanhando o campeonato aqui em Mystic Era da 1v1, tá? Marckiemoo versus Bunny. E seguinte, esse daqui é um campeonato de comunidade da Moose Wars, tá? E se eu não me engano ele é patrocinado pela própria BMG, beleza? Tipo a estação Brawlhalla, né? Enfim, pessoal, bora lá, tá acompanhando o campeonato. Marckiemoo, como você já conhece, é um grande jogador, vem ganhando os últimos campeonatos. E olha, eu vi o resultado desse campeonato, porque esse campeonato aconteceu alguns dias atrás. E, mano, eu fiquei até surpreendido, tá bom? E vocês vão achar muito da hora as partidas daqui pra frente. Então acompanhem as partidas no canal. E não se esquece que eu criei um novo canal pra postar gameplay de outros jogos, com uma gameplay voltada pra uma edição assim de humor e tal. Tá no comentário fixado, por favor, vai lá dar uma inscriçãozinha pro tio Lynx aqui, tá bom? É nóis, gente. Espero vocês.
Okay, that was huge. Nicely played from Marckiemoo. That recovery was huge. Okay, Bunny gets recovered once again. Makes me repeat myself. Okay, nice nair.
Importante falar, a gente tá vendo duas Gauntlets aqui, dois players muito bons de Gauntlets. E cara, Gauntlet foi nerfada pela, eu acho que terceira vez seguida, tá? Se não me engano, o Side Air foi nerfado e mais alguma outra coisa. E a arma ainda vê play. Isso é impressionante, cara. Impressionante. E a gente também tem o campeonato 2v2. Se vocês quiserem que eu faça um react do campeonato 2v2, vocês deixem aí nos comentários, tá?
Second stock, trying to do some damage build up. You know, trying to do some more like exotic based attacks to go ahead and try to do damage build up. But Bunny just goes ahead and reads that very well and make things 2-stock all.
Yeah, equalizing stocks here, and now Marckiemoo definitely stopped that pace against Urks. I mean, again, Bunny's a different breed, but never mind.
Oh, não é a primeira vez que eu vejo o Marckiemoo fazer isso, tá? Neutral air. Que dodge bonito. Perigoso. Nossa senhora, pelo amor de Deus. Neutral air de foice é muito inesperado. A gente espera neutral air, side air, né? Porque se o oponente não tem dodge, não tem como ele escapar. Só que neutral air de foice eu testei e realmente parece que dá um bug na cabeça do inimigo e funciona. Então testa aí que às vezes, assim, de vez em quando só vai funcionar, tá? Mas é engraçado.
Even for my heart. Okay. Nice and light. Edgeguard situation.
Oh, a partida tá muito párea, velho.
That was just a bait. Nice down light. Tries to get the ground pound. Whiffs. Okay. Oh man, AJ, what are they doing?
I don't know. I think what's happening is they're all going back and forth. They're trying to figure out different ways to really approach each other, trying to mix players each other up. But Bunny does go ahead and get the knockout on the Marckiemoo second stock. So Marckiemoo, being on the final stock, does do that arm silent, now having that scythe. Trying to keep that neutral control away from Bunny, trying to allow, you know, Bunny to kind of aggress off the ledge a little bit more for more knockout opportunities. Marckiemoo does pick up gauntlets, does land that neutral light. Is going to go for a knockout option, misses that recovery, but lands the dare instead to make it 1-stock all.
Yeah, 1-stock all, and now equalizing stocks fully on this first game. Marckiemoo trying to get something on this gauntlets. Doesn't really manage, finally gets an end light. Gets pushed away with that side light from Bunny. Side light, okay. Trying to get some sort of hits now. Footsies once again. Recovery whiffed by Marckiemoo. Side light. Oh, ground pound!
Nossa!
This could be huge for Bunny. But Marckiemoo slips right out of that situation. Okay. Double recovery!
Oh, double recovery.
It seems like that nerf didn't do much.
Yeah, well, I mean, it still lands, and you know, it does allow for the damage buildup. But now Bunny having that axe has that range again. You know, we're seeing a lot of back and forth here, kind of a lot of different exchanges. The backward neutral light coming in for Bunny, now having that neutral control away from Marckiemoo. Marckiemoo's trying to approach that. Has to be careful, just because of the range that axe has, can do that damage knockout option. So now we're seeing Marckiemoo with his gauntlets, trying to do something against Bunny. Bunny now with the axe, trying to find a way to really get the neutral light in. But Marckiemoo with the punish, Bunny with the neutral light as well. Both exchanging, coming down to the wire. Ooh. There comes
Definitely to the wire here.
It is.
Side light.
Side air. There we go.
Ooh, nice nair.
Neutral air.
Oh,
Caraca, nice sig, velho. Oh, a partida é muito tensa, viu?
That was intense though.
Coming in for Bunny and Mark.
Ó que bonitinha a transição deles, velho, da hora. Bora lá. A gente tá tendo mudança de mapa pra um Miami Dome. Miami Dome não é um mapa tão comum, Mas eu gosto muito de ver gameplay no Dome. É um mapa que eu acho legal.
And now Bunny on the axe, starting fast, trying to get some hits. But now Marckiemoo got those gauntlets right then and there. Got a nice sandlight, neutralizing that movement away from Bunny. Whoa. Okay. Tries to get the nair. Did not manage to Marckiemoo. Nice down into side there. GC side eye, that was an interesting choice. Ooh, side air, that looks bad. And a ground pound to confirm that stock away from Bunny. Marckiemoo looking really healthy on this third stock.
Yeah, for sure. And we're kind of seeing a lot of this back and forth coming in now. We're seeing Marckiemoo with this huge lead that we haven't really seen them really have this previous round. It was a lot of back and forth, and I'm thinking it has a lot to do with those platforms, taking advantage of those, knowing the movement and momentum. That's what's made him in the past take advantage of his opponents a lot. I think now he's been a lot more aggressive, and now as we see him try to be a lot more, you know, counteractive of that, we're seeing Bunny really maximize on it. So now we're seeing a gauntlet recovery. Now you're seeing them both dash dance a little bit, trying to take advantage of each other. Marckiemoo with a fantastic weapon knockout.
Oh my God!
Bunny is down into that final stock with a fantastic read of both Bunny's attacks and recoveries, also their momentum to go ahead and get back to that platform. But as I say that, Bunny comes in with the axe, gets that side air. And now Marckiemoo has a stock lead still, but Bunny trying to keep things even. They're trying to.
Yeah, and I mean, very nice KO right there from Bunny. Even though Marckiemoo looking like an absolute monster this second game, like he figured something out in Bunny's neutral with this sight and gauntlet as well. Very nicely dittoing Bunny on them. Okay, nice nair. Tries to get the recovery. Nicely dodged from Bunny. Down air. Ooh, nair into the down air conversion. Nicely dodged from Marckiemoo. Back on the stage. With the jump read on the nair there. Nice down there. Back on the stage. Jesus. This pace is crazy coming in from Marckiemoo and Bunny. I mean, again, this is a very familiar matchup for both players. Again, they're like org mates, so it makes sense. They're probably sparring a lot. And I mean, we can see it right here. Oh! Okay. That's crazy. No! That was just...
No!
What? What?
O que acabou de acontecer aqui, irmão? Como assim?
Nope, bye-bye, and we're gonna go ahead and see Marckiemoo take that point. And
Não, a gente tem que ver esse replay, velho. A gente tem que ver isso.
look at them. So we had initially we saw Marckiemoo get that grab pad weapon throw knockout, which was clean. He knew what Bunny had, and then down off the ledge they try to get the weapon throw dare, get the side and try to do the weapon throw read, but then tries to jump grab pad. Marckiemoo knows it.
Galera, eu tava com... Aqui já, novamente, tá? Mas eu tava com um ruído aqui. Desculpa, tá? Esqueci de ativar uma coisa. Mas espero que não tenha incomodado vocês, tá?
On the side now, Bunny unarmed. Okay, but somehow Marckiemoo went all the way down there, even though Bunny was above. That was an interesting choice.
Yeah, I think now, like, Marckiemoo is starting to feel himself a little bit here too. I mean, he's realizing what Bunny's going off the ledge and doing. I think they realize what Bunny's doing with their options. Now, recovery, neutral air comes in. Nice jump grab pen. That was a smart move by Bunny. And Marckiemoo is still alive. Barely, though. Bunny with the dare. Double dare. Bunny, that is what you were trying to do. And you succeeded this time of going ahead and taking this lead over Marckiemoo.
Exactly, reversing that ground pound from where he ended that match. From Marckiemoo, Bunny with that axe ground pound to end that stock flawlessly almost. Very nicely played. And now Marckiemoo on the back foot here. Definitely gets some hits. Tries to get the downer into downer. But that downer was crazy from Bunny! What? Oh my god.
Mano!
That was the perfect axe down air. I've never seen such a perfectly placed down there before.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Marckiemoo vai ter que penar pra ganhar essa, viu?
GC silent off the ledge with some unarmed, making Bunny go down to that second stock, but Bunny's up an entire stock now. This is a situation that we saw Bunny in last round, but Marckiemoo trying to make amends with off-edge gameplay, seeing that that's the only option. Does touch.
Nossa, se ela pega no dare, no Marckiemoo ali, matava, velho.
Downlight right after, and Marckiemoo's gonna go ahead and pick up that weapon.
Yeah, like, oh my goodness. Just again, as you said, absolute back and forth here between these two players. Marckiemoo trying to hunt off stage. And I mean, this is the thing. this is their both players' specialty, off-stage gameplay. So
Yes.
this is obviously explosive. Marckiemoo with the sight and the gauntlets, but Bunny with those gauntlets and axe, as we saw that down there, was absolutely spectacular. And Bunny just barely got more damage here, still on her second stock. It's crazy.
Yeah, we're seeing a lot of back and forth here. You know, now we're going into, you know, Marckiemoo with those gauntlets, trying to do something off the ledge while still being on a low final stock. It's a big deal for him going forward. You know, doesn't want to really be too risky. Does get that gauntlet recovery. Even with the recovery frames that they have on those now, Marckiemoo is still able to go and get that punish. But now we have Marckiemoo on sight. Now Bunny has the opportunity of getting a weapon. They do pick up the axe, and now they have the range that can counteract Marckiemoo pretty well. So it might lead into Bunny getting a knockout, but Marckiemoo is trying to go into scythe combos like he usually does, but he missed it. Gets the neutral layer instead. Neutral layer
Mano!
Oh, what? But the side signal! Oh my...
Caraca, velho. Fiquei impressionado, fiquei impressionado. Talvez uma neutral sig da Bunny fizesse ela ajudar ela a voltar. Vamos ver de novo, vamos ver de novo.
Wow.
That ending was crazy. Imagine if Bunny made it back. That would have been such a high IQ play from her with that side sig, and almost made it back, by the way. That was crazy. That was like inches away.
Gee, Williker's bad, man.
What a high
Okay.
octane.
That
This
was
is
a little bit
high
crazy.
octane set. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, well, here's the thing. I mean, Bunny was able to go and bring things around, but Marckiemoo just came off with a huge, like, advantage in the
Não!
beginning.
Não mostrou, droga.
Oh, I don't know if that was game. Oh, it was game 3. Okay, so now we're going to game number 4. Marckiemoo's up 1, and now if you're Bunny, you're like, okay, when I have those
Yeah,
leads,
what do I do?
can't go off the ledge. I have to make sure I have all of my recovery, my jump opportunities, because Marckiemoo is going to take advantage of that. Just like now, Marckiemoo with a double piece combo. Weapons are there from Bunny, though, coming right after. Weapons are lands.
not again.
Oh, the recovery allows him to touch the ledge, and Bunny with no weapon. Oh, they both miss their neutral layers, which allows for Marckiemoo to kind of push Bunny off the ledge. And both these players are trying to challenge each other off the ledge, no matter the situation, no matter what stocks are in there, Juro.
exactly. Like, so much pressure from both players on the gauntlets. Marckiemoo trying to go with the Pavelski clip. The weapon throw upwards into recovery. Did not manage to. And also gets the stock taken care of because of that. And Bunny takes control of this game. Okay. Okay, now Bunny with the weapon advantage. Okay, Marckiemoo gets his sight as well. And Sig is enough to KO off the top. Even though Bunny was close to red, but not really. That was honestly impressive. Nerf Mordex.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, that was it.
Yeah.
That's all I wanted to say.
Yeah, okay, but right now we got a sight there, and it
See,
just
this is
like
why.
into neutral air. It's going to lead to Bunny trying to come back, touches the ledge still, and Marckiemoo is just feeling comfortable with that sight. This is where Bunny really thrives, though. Once Marckiemoo gets comfortable, they throw him into a little bit of a mix, but right now Marckiemoo is not getting thrown into a mix.
What is
He's on the side. There's a counter. Bunny's not able to go. Lands too.
Oh my god. This is an absolute cinema of a set right here. Bunny versus Marckiemoo. Again, they're both going absolutely crazy with offstage gameplay. Even on stage, on the gauntlets now, Bunny trying to get some those nice conversions, those bread and butters on the gauntlets. Marckiemoo quickly shutting them down though. Nice ground pound. Just to get a tiny bit more damage. Second ground pound, weapon throw into the third ground pound. That was almost a crazy conversion, AJ.
Yeah, for sure. And right now, Marckiemoo is coming in with this gauntlet ground pound, gets the side air, throws the weapon, tries to land a really cool combo while they have the second stock opportunity. They're trying to go for a clip. Bunny does go and punish that though, and Marckiemoo will go down into that final stock.
Yeah, definitely. And I mean, that definitely costed him. He wants that highlight reel. And I mean, I don't blame him. He is PR #1. He needs a statement, but this is Bunny's statement.
Mano. Que? Como assim, velho? Esses players estão muito pirados hoje. Pelo amor de Deus.
Into their favor, realizing that Marckiemoo was trying to clip and maximized on it. Looking at the replay, pulling it up, you can see the knockout. Then you see the signature come in. right? And then it leads into this final, into the 2v2, the neutral air lands. Bunny's unable to come back. The weapon throw lands. Then you see Bunny with the knockout, the side air knockout. And then on the final knockout, Bunny goes for the ground pound dare. Marckiemoo has jumps and runs to that ground pound, and Marckiemoo has no more jump options to get back to that ledge.
Jeez.
Foi insano isso daí, viu? Foi insano.
What a play from Bunny. What a play to go straight to game 5. For Bunny versus Marckiemoo here, with Bunny with the advantage state on the weapon, but not really. Marckiemoo just got that sight as soon as I said that. And now hunting for each other once again in this neutral play. Okay, nice and light coming in from Bunny. Marckiemoo trying to land on stage. Yes, opting for the gauntlets as well. Bunny, nice snares. Okay, dangerous for both players, really. That's the thing, AJ. You can't really say when there's like an edgeguard situation, it can be for both players in this case. Oh. Okay. Nice down there weapon throw. Tries to get the cheeky GCN light. Did you see that? But immediately...
Ah, não. Aquele... Pô. Achei vacilo aquele GC Neutral Light, né? Achei muito ambicioso.
For sure, and right now we're seeing Marckiemoo the Silent come in. Neutral light comes in as well. You see a dare. Neutral light. It's going to go and lead into... a neutral light. It's going to lead into an option for Bunny. Bunny trying to take the neutral control away from Marckiemoo, and Marckiemoo is kind of finding a way to really take that back with their momentum. You're seeing that now. Bunny misses it, almost gets punished for the recovery frames with the sidelight. Goes off ledge. Marckiemoo with the weapon throw misses the backward there, but Bunny maximizing it. Bunny on there trying to go for some risky with the GC side sig. Oh, the neutral light saves him, and Bunny is off the ledge, and they both have the opportunity of coming back, and they do.
What is this somehow resetting to neutral after that absolutely insane offstage play without a KO? That's almost unprecedented here. It's crazy. This set is blowing my mind the more it goes on. It's crazy, especially with those offstage plays. Though nice and light coming in from Bunny, now trying to get this edgeguard situation, trying to get the classic down sig. Gets the recovery though as soon as Marckiemoo makes it back to the stage. AJ, I'm literally almost losing my breath here. It's crazy.
Yeah, we're seeing a lot of this really good gameplay coming in from both these players, no matter the situation. Right now, Marckiemoo coming in, needs to set neutral air, misses the weapon throw there. We're seeing a lot of back and forth. Bunny with the neutral air dare, into GC neutral signature, lands it pretty nicely. But Bunny also is in very low finals or second stock. He's got to be careful of that option. He doesn't want Marckiemoo to get the silent recovery. The silent recovery is a lot more dodgeable now. And as I say that, Marckiemoo still lands that recovery to go ahead and make it into his favor. And this is game number 5, Joe. Both of these players have to play at their best. But Marckiemoo's starting to show that because Bunny's already in the orange.
Yeah, already orange, and I mean, sight is so scary, especially when you go all the way up in the air with those nair into nair strings. I mean, the bread and butter for Marckiemoo. Nice down like ground pound though, coming in on the unarmed as soon as he got disarmed. Okay, down like ground pound once again into the recovery, showing up some unarmed prowess. Nice GC sides coming in from Bunny as well to reiterate from that.
Cara, muito difícil de voltar nessa partida, a não ser... Nossa senhora. A não ser que venha mais um gimp daqueles.
AJ!
This is where
What is this said?
Let's get nerves, ladies and gentlemen. Now we're starting
Ele meteu um palavrão do nada, mano.
to get this final knockout option to go ahead and advance further into this bracket. They're with sight. Silent from Bunny. Gets the jump side air. And Marckiemoo is down to his final stock. But what can Bunny do to make it into their favor? They have to do a lot of combos and catch Marckiemoo off guard a lot.
Yeah. And I mean, again, very scary situation here from Bunny, but I believe in her. She can definitely bring this back with a crazy read. But Marckiemoo with the weapon throw, but the reverse snare. Oh my goodness!
The dare barely missed off that ledge.
Cara, que match... Não. Cara, essa partida foi muito insana. Todas, na verdade, foram muito insanas. Não dava pra saber quem é que ia ganhar. Bizarro, mano. Se inscreve aí pra acompanhar as próximas, gente. Um beijo e tchau, tchau. Até mais.